Hey, what's up? And welcome back to Friday Live. Excuse my raspiness. I am a little under the weather today. But in this video today, I'm going to show you how to get government contracts for notary services. So let me know where you are. If you are where you're tuning in from, welcome. If you're joining us on Facebook, be sure to click on the StreamYard link so that I am authorized to see your name when you post a comment in the chat. And also, identify yourself if you have a notary business. I'm excited about today's topic, specifically because, of course, I know there are a lot of women in the space of notary public, a loan signing agent, and all that, and so on and so forth. Hi, TJ, and thank you. It's the voice. Like, my voice is gone. It just out of thin air. I don't even know what happened to it, but I'm trying to find it this morning. Chicago. Eurydice. Hopefully I said that right. Eurydice. Hey, yeah. So welcome. You're a notary. Awesome. Definitely. Today I'm going to show you how to get government contracts as a notary business. And for those of you who don't know or are not familiar with me, new notary in San Francisco, yay area, stand up. Hey, be sure to click on the StreamYard so I can know who you are, because I am also in the Bay Area. Click on the StreamYard link so I can see your name when you post the chat. Rima from Maryland, welcome. Jackie, welcome. Antoinette, welcome. Notary service provider, awesome. For those of you who are new to me, I am Carwana D. Excuse me, I'm a government contract strategist. I help women and minority small business owners learn how to grow their business and land massive or generate massive income, specifically with government contracts. Excuse me. But sometimes, of course, I know and understand that having a small business is not always easy. Sometimes there are difficulties, especially when you don't know the first steps, or maybe you don't know the steps to take to really take your business to the next level. And some of us even don't even know, perhaps, don't even know where your next paycheck is going to come from, especially in this time and day of the pandemic and everything that's going on in the world. And so that is why I'm here. So fortunately, there are some really amazing resources out there and some things that will help you build a lucrative business in the industry of notary public and services. And today I'm going to share with you some of those tips and strategies. And one of those resources is just basically learning how to sell your services to the government. Okay. And who else is joining us? We have Gina, hello from New Jersey, the best coach in the business. Thank you, TJ. Rochelle Whitty, hi from Texas. Gwen Fleming from Notary in Memphis. Hello. Rachel DeLeon, I love that last name. Imani, good afternoon. How are you? Thank you. I'm glad you're here too as well, Rochelle. Let me see. Tanae, hi from Georgia. Notary Public from Louisiana. Hello. American Queen. Olidia from Mississippi, Notary Service. Commercial Candace from Philly. Hello, real estate broker. Tangi, hello, good morning. Hi, Tangi. Hello from Virginia. Notary from Georgia. Rhonda Cox from Birmingham, Alabama, representing. I love it. So when it comes to notary services, of course, this is y'all industry, y'all know. Most notary service providers, would you agree, believe that in order to make money, you also have to become a signing agent. And if you believe that, go ahead and, tap it in the chat and, that's me. I believe that. Because I'm going to just share some things that will be an eye opener for you, especially when it comes to notary public, because from my understanding, of course, and I'm not a notary service, not yet, but after today's session and all the research that I've done to prepare for today, I'm definitely going to go ahead and take that class and get certified as a notary, because that's an easy, opportunity, and that's definitely a lucrative industry. But I'm going to share with you all why I believe that. Trey, hi Trey. Hey, it has been a long time. You're welcome. Rhonda Cox, hello. I believe that's what I was told. Yep, sign first, mobile notary. Oh, cool. in Alabama. So awesome. So yeah, because generally I know when I utilize notary services, I think it probably costs like $10. And I know recently, and it may be like based on the state where you are, it could be like $20 or something, $15 or something. I think there's been an increase or whatever. So generally, when I speak with business owners who are notary public services, they ideally was like, well, it's hard to make money unless I become a signing agent or, have to deal with a lot of people, and the people are not coming out right now. So they're trying to find ways to pivot and offer notary services online. I know the industry has been hit and there's a lot of things going on, but what I do want to share with you is just consider, government contracting for notary services completely different. It's a completely different ball game. And the reason why I say that is because recently I did a master class with a young lady, and in there was a couple different people who offered notary public services. And her thought, and maybe she's joining us here, and thank you, because that prompted me to go to put together today's lesson. Her thought was, you can't make a lot of money. There's not much that you can do. And I said, number one, I'm a true believer that what you speak becomes real. So number one, never speak anything, even if it looks like, because it's not always what you see. It's just understanding and just becoming more knowledgeable about how to position yourself to win. But she was speaking that, in order for me to make money, I have to become a signing agent and I have to offer other things. I'm like, no, you have to speak life into your situation. There are opportunities. And when it comes to like doing business as a notary public and offering that service to government, like we're not talking about those individual $10 wins. We're not talking about whether it's $10 or $15. I don't know what it is that you charge, but we're not talking about chasing 1,000 people to get $10 from. We're not talking about that, because of course that is no money. Of course that should be a side hustle type of business when it comes to that. But when you really want to, take your business to the next level, you have to do business with next level players. And that is the government agencies, right? Because they're not going to give you a $10 contract. They're going to give you like a multiple 6-figure contract, right? To come out. So it's a difference between going out and getting one signing and getting paid like $10 or $15 or whatever it is, right? Versus getting a large multi-year, because most contracts are like 2 to 5 years. So, and generally they are typically about that. So we're talking about getting a multiple 6-figure contract to sign for agencies. And when we're talking about agencies, we're talking about some of the agencies that actually procure and purchase notary public services are the Department of State. So in your state, like your state can hire, give you a contract to provide notary services for all the state agencies. So think on that level. We're gonna think a little bit bigger than just one $10 off, one-off type of situation on a scenario. Of course, individual people, that's low-hanging fruit. But then when it comes to really building a profitable business, you have to think bigger. Okay. So just imagine if you had a state contract, and you can have multiple contracts simultaneously, by the way. But just imagine having a state contract for the state of, Virginia, Georgia, Alabama, all Illinois, wherever you guys are, or the state of California, whatever, just have that contract to do notary services for all the agencies that fall under that state. Now that's bigger, right? Because you got to think about how many agencies, state level agencies, fall under the state of where you are. There's millions of agencies. So now you're playing with the big dogs. Hi, Cheryl and Jackie. Yeah. So thinking big. So you're playing with the big dogs. So ideally, let's just say, the family court and all the Supreme Court and all those court and legal agencies that are government. They sometimes require notary services. So just imagine if you service like the family court and that is your contract for the next 2 years. Just imagine, not only are you servicing those agencies, but any clients that are coming through there. So now you have multiples. And sometimes these contracts can be so large that, of course, you're going to have to start outsourcing and teaming up with other notary services, right? That's bigger than just thinking about the one person, the one call that you're waiting for, someone who pick up the phone to say, I need a notary service. And of course, if you're a loan signing agent, of course, you're connected with like realtors and things of that nature. But even then, they're one-offs. So we're going to think bigger than even loan signing agent. Those are great things to have, of course. They're really great to have, but we're talking about sustainability. We're talking longevity. We're talking building generational wealth. Of course, there's a player on the table who's saying, I have these contracts for you. Where are you? Or can you come get it? Right? Where are you? Where are the women-owned businesses? Where are you minority-owned businesses, the small businesses that are saying that you're struggling, the ones that are saying, I need this EIDL and these PPP loans and all that stuff? Where are you when it comes to business? And they're saying, we have these multiple six-figure contracts for you to service our agency, departments, the city, all the agencies, public health department, Department of Public Works. We're talking about Office of Economic Workforce Development. We're talking about City Hall. They're looking for you, right? And really, it's just a matter of knowledge, and knowledge is power. But of course, the application of that knowledge and the implementing the knowledge into action steps, of course, that's even more powerful, because then you reap the benefits of that. So y'all bear with me while I know I'm sounding kind of hoarse today, but it's just what it is. I didn't want to leave you all hanging, because I was really excited. Like when I started looking at the numbers, in fact, on USAspending.gov, which is one of the sites that I do a lot of my research on. I was researching Notary Public, contracts, and there's just one company. I mean, there's several companies, not very many, but there's several companies that are landing contracts as notary services. When I say not very many, it means there are, but a lot of them are repeat customers of the government agencies. And there's this one company called Day Dong Law Firm. And typically, Day Dong Law Firm could be, who on here said they have Notary Public? Hey, Cameron from San Diego. I'm glad you made it. So all of you who said notary from Teresa, notary from Georgia, Rhonda Cox, all of you who said, let me see, Candace is a real estate broker. Olivia is a notary from Mississippi. American Queen Notary Public Signing Agency in Louisiana. Like all of you who said that you are, that you have a Notary Public service, like how is your business doing? Are you ready to step your game up and do business on a bigger level? If they're calling and they're looking for you, do you have the steps and the strategies to actually show up in your business to provide that same exact service, just on a bigger level, right? So anyway, Day Dong Law Firm, actually on average, they manage multiple contracts every single month, like about 4 to 5. From my research, I've seen them land about 4 to 5 contracts per month for various agencies like the state, the employment, whatever, EEO, whatever that is, employment equality, or whatever that department is, EEO, the Department of Defense, the Veteran Affairs, the courthouses, like all of these different agencies, multiple contracts they manage every single month on average of 25 to 45,000. So you're talking about multiple contracts. So let's just say it's four contracts at 25 to 45,000 per year. Now you're in the well over almost $500,000 in business. And that's just on with that, like, that's just on the federal level. So just imagine if you were also positioned to land contracts, or if they were also, I don't know what they're doing on their local city level or on their state level, but I know on the federal level, this is what they're doing. And these are contracts. Of course, there are contracts that are set aside specifically for women-owned businesses, minority, brown businesses, struggling businesses, disadvantaged businesses, all of those things. And of course, there are some steps you have to take to be in position to qualify to get those contracts. But this is your industry. So it's not a matter of do you offer the service. If you've gone through taking a test, of course you offer the service. If you offer the service to an individual person, of course you can offer it to the government. So it's just a matter of like, what is your knowledge base and your level of knowledge of how to do it with the government. The reason why I say that is because I think government contracting to me is like building a house, right? Building a house, or just being a designer, period. Whether you're the designer of a business, designer of your home, designer of your legacy, or whatever it is that you're designing, there's a blueprint that has to come with that. It's one thing to know that these contracts are out there. It's one thing to know that, Of course, they have set asides for all of these socioeconomic disadvantaged groups like women and minority, small business that are disadvantaged, and hub zone businesses and all that, right? But what's in the structure of that house, that business, understanding the blueprints. And from my knowledge about, I'm not a builder at all, but from my knowledge, you cannot build a house, number one, without understanding the blueprint and having a blueprint that's been already approved by an engineer that say that is structurally sound, right? And so you have to understand and have a blueprint to do business with a government. Outside of that, before you can even design a blueprint and put in your, permit or request to build a house, or build a, I'm using house as a metaphor, but build a business or whatever, you have to understand what type of soil you're trying to build upon, because not all soil is good soil, so some soil, it has to be tested, and whether it's like contaminated soil or that house is going to sink on that soil, it has to be approved. And when you think about business, it's the same kind of way, right? You can't just build a business and not understand the blueprint and not understand the foundation that you're building upon. You have to do your homework. You do, or hire a consultant or a coach who engineer, who can build that blueprint for you or with you or help you or guide you along the way so that it's structurally sound. So that's basically my knowledge for today is, just how to do business with the government and sell services. So really it's just thinking outside the box and understanding that, instead of a $10 or $15, client, maybe your aim is to get 10 of those a day. That's still a lot. It's a lot of work to go get 10 signings per day versus landing one on average $30,000 contract for that month, or maybe 2 or 3 that you want to land. This could be a multiple 6-figure month industry for you, right? Like I said, it can be so big that, of course, at some point you can start, resourcing other notary public services and handing out those, subcontracts to them, because it's going to be so much work on the table for you. But for those of you who are here and have a notary public service, if you are doing business with the government with your service, let me know in the chat. I definitely want to know. So Jackie does notary in Nevada. Gloria Epps Miller does notary in Florida. Tanae, Tiny, hi Tiny, notary from Georgia, been notary for years, but don't do much with it. Yeah, so it's time. And those are like, I used to have, and I still do, I'm not gonna even lie, it's called a business in a box, right? That's when you start a business and you sit it on the shelf. And I have a bunch of those, like, because I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I'm an engineer and a designer of business and life and strategies. And so, of course, I've started some businesses and never done anything with it, but I know it's there, and I know I can always go back and dust it off and put that business into work. But if you have a notary service and you keep it up, now maybe this will be the motivator for you, right? Because sometimes it's just a matter of like, do I want to get up and do this business to go get $15 per person, right? and I giggle about that is because not because it's funny, but because when you think about it from that perspective, I wouldn't move either. It wouldn't motivate me to go after $15, right? But it will motivate me to go after a $30,000 contract to serve for this month, this agency for that one particular month, right? And just imagine landing multiple of those. Yeah, then you're gonna go get that business off the shelf and dust it off and do business with the government, so you can start building your legacy business. Of course, that's definitely a gold mine. And some of us don't realize the things that we have, like, how they have the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure, or whatever, however you think about it or put it, whatever. And we throw away things all the time, but there are people that are called collectors that go digging through the trash and they find gems in what we throw away, because they understand things from a whole different perspective. They understand the value of things. And so businesses are very valuable, whether or not you've made a single penny. It's just the reason why you may not have made a single penny is, number one, you may not be motivated, right, to go. And number two is just knowledgeable. Maybe you don't have the knowledge to learn how to make that thing work for you. Okay, so Tommy Watkins says, I recently obtained my MBE in Cage Code. So congratulations. Super awesome. Are you a notary service? Or what type of business do you have, Tommy? Spell the name of the law firm. Oh, so the law firm that I looked up is Dae Dong. It's Daedong. I'm pretty sure they're Asian. Daedong, Dae Dong Law Firm. But they are killing the game. Like, I see their name multiple times every single month. So they know something that the ones that are going after the one-offs, they know something that you don't, right? They know that there's a better way, there's a bigger way, there's a more profitable way to do business. And they're killing the game. Let me see. Olivia. Let me see. Kimberly Cook, notary from Florida. Golden Poppy Notary Services. This will motivate one to become a notary. Yeah. And so, like I said in the beginning, after doing this research, I'm motivated, right? I already know what I do. I know the services that I provide to the government, but I mean, this is something that you can spend, what, I don't know how much it costs to be notary certified. I think it's like $400 to $600 or something like that. But to that's an investment, right? This is $400 to $600 is an investment. Some people will be like, I'll never start a notary business because it costs $600 to start that. But look at the outcome, right? If I mean, number one, you can make money just doing the one-offs with that little investment forever. But also, if you do something like government contracting, this could be very powerful. So yeah, would you spend $600 to land $30,000 per month over and over multiple times? Heck yeah. That's an easy motivator. So I'm highly motivated, and I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. Start a notary business, yeah, and I'm just gonna go for it, just to prove to myself, like, it's possible. Anything is possible. Why not? I'm an opportunist. I am too, Cameron. I'm stuck on doing a capability statement. So Rhonda Cox, I mean, this is what I always say, and in my program, I teach my clients, like, when it comes to capability statement, of course, there's a formula, right? There's a formula to government contracting. There's a strategy and a blueprint, right? And I've engineered a step-by-step system that wins. And so when it comes to capability statement, that's like 1% out of 200%. So that's the reason why I empower my clients. Don't stay stuck on that. If you're stuck on a capability statement, you're missing the whole picture. You're missing everything else, because number one, a capability statement is not going to get you a contract. And I'll say that again. A capability statement does not get you contracts. Is it important to have? Yeah, but for the purpose of proactively marketing yourself to the government. So literally, you can Google capability statement, find an example, copy it, or be inspired to adapt, translate or whatever, copy it, and customize it to your own specific business, and it's done, right? It costs $5 to $10 on Fiverr to have someone look at that example and build you one with your information on it, period. So don't get stuck. Just get it done. That's it. That's all I can say about that. Don't get stuck. Just get it done, because number one, it's only 1% out of 200% of things that you have to do to land a contract. So don't be stuck there. Yeah, Daedong, Kimberly, Daedong Law. Yeah, mobile notary, signing agent. Okay, and fingerprinting. Yeah, and so when it comes to being a mobile notary service, like a signing agent, all of that stuff, those are all things that you can actually do to, generate massive income in your business. And fingerprinting service, the other lady that I was referring to, she also has a fingerprinting service. I mean, just imagine, everybody needs to have, I mean, whenever you go work for the government or whatever, there's a fingerprinting process that has to come. They got to do background checks. So if you offer that service, the light bulb should go off that this is a contract that I can get with the government, with my city, with, whoever it is that offer that service. There's so many different government agencies that utilize and contract fingerprinting companies to provide that service in office. So just imagine all the agencies, all the agencies that need it, for all the people that they serve, right? So that's very lucrative. Let me see. I I'm gonna look into this also. It was on my list before to obtain. Yeah, definitely. I'm motivated to be a notary now. It always helps to have more. Hey, Tracy, what gets you the contracts? Oh, good question. So what gets you the contracts? I mean, definitely number one, it's not something that you're going to learn literally in like the next 2 minutes that I'm going to be with you all. It's not something that you're going to learn by me just, spewing out information over 2 minutes. It's a real strategy, right? Of course, there's some things you have to be in business. You have to know a service, that know the services that you offer. You have to understand marketing yourself. You have to understand how to bid, and respond to opportunities, where to find them. There's so many things that go into that blueprint, right, of success for government contracts, and that's something, of course, I teach inside my program. But anyway, building a house, building that blueprint over the next, let me see, I think in 2 weeks, I can't remember the exact day that the challenge is happening. When is the challenge happening? I don't know. May something. I think it's May 5th, the second week. Let me look at my calendar really quick. May 3rd, I believe. May 3rd. I think that's the date. But anyway, coming up, we have a 5-day challenge coming up in May. I think it starts May 3rd. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll let you all know. But definitely, we're going to have a 5-day challenge to pre-qualify your business for government contracts. And this is for you, whether you're certified or this is brand new to you, or you're interested in learning how to sell your services to the government. Of course, it's a 5-day challenge to get pre-qualified, which means that beyond that, there's going to be some more work that you will have to do. And I'll tell you about that during the challenge. But in the challenge, when I say understanding the blueprint to your building, your blueprint to your business, the structure, and knowing how the soil, is tested and being approved and for the engineering structural part of your business. Those are the things that you learn specifically when it comes to government contracting for your business, right? And so it doesn't matter if you already have certifications. If you have never landed a contract, if you don't understand how to land a contract, if you don't know what's out there for you, the possibilities, who's buying your service, all of those things, you will learn in this powerful 5-day challenge. And when I say powerful, I mean, this can be transformational. This is like the first step to those billions of dollars. And so there's a lot of course, some of you have attended the previous one that I did earlier in the year, which was so powerful, and people have gone through that, became pre-qualified, and then officially moved on to be qualified, certified, and are landing contracts. And it's so powerful. But anyway, if you want to know more about joining the challenge, you can join it. It's a very small fee. It's $55. It's an investment, right? That's $55 investment. And normally, these are not things that I normally share, but for me, my goal is to empower people and to educate people and to help them understand the structure and the things that you need to know before you even get started with government contracts. This is the part, doing that research. We do it together. I'll show you how to do the research, what you need to have, what documentation, who's spending money on your services, how much are they spending, like all of those things and those tips and strategies. So if you go to govconchallenge.com, you can register for our upcoming challenge. I believe it's the first or second week in May. I believe it's like May 3rd. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it is May 3rd. But anyway, when you go register, you'll be able to see. So let me share my screen. Once you do go to GovCon Challenge, you're going to come up on this particular website here that will show you, click here to secure your spot. For a limited time only, for $55, you will learn how to pre-qualify your business for government contracting. One of the most powerful things that you can know as a small business owner is how to position yourself for government contracts. We take out the guesswork. You ain't got to figure it out. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. So I just looked, this May 3rd. Yeah, so it starts May 3rd for 5 days, y'all. And the last challenge, I also brought on one of my colleagues who is the first multi-Black billionaire that I've known, who actually encouraged me to get started with government contracts. And I interviewed him, and he shared and, just shared tools and tips and resources. I also brought on another colleague of mine who has a $1 million business, multi-million-dollar business, and grew it. And we were talking about from a street hustler to a multimillionaire with government contracts, right? And so I also brought him on, who also shares some additional tips. This time I'm gonna identify some additional people that I personally know who are winning government contracts and how it has transformed and changed their lives, and whatever knowledge you can get from them. They're open to answering questions and so on and so forth. Of course, there's only so much you can get over a short period of time that we're going to be live, but these are the people that have changed my life. These are the people that I'm actually sharing my network with you all, and they'll be attending on those bonus days after the 5-day challenge. We'll have an additional bonus day where they'll show up and help you with like some mindset things and some tips and strategies. So Eurydice, this is, hopefully I say your name, Eurydice. Eurydice, Eurydice, I don't know, but you're MBE WBE set certified, and I love that. I love the fact that some of you have been advantageous enough to go out and figure out how to get those certifications done. It's rigorous, it's paperwork, but these are the things that I'm going to help you make it easier for those who don't have your certifications, but also for those who do. It'll help you understand what to do next, the next steps in the 5-day challenge. So be sure to join me at govconchallenge.com. I would love to help you know what to do with those certifications. So now the question is like, you're certified, now what? Right. And that's a lot of people have those questions. A lot of people have taken those certifications and sat it on the shelf because they don't understand the strategy. They don't have a blueprint, for their business to build that, that whatever build business or structure. They don't have the structure. They haven't tested the foundation. They don't understand the knowledge. When you understand the knowledge that goes into building your house, and that house could be your business or whatever it is, when you understand the structure, the blueprint, and how it all works and fits together, you actually get to results faster. You get to land contracts faster because you have the knowledge and the know-how, and you know how it works. It's one thing for somebody to give you something, right? And they've given it to you. It's another thing for you, for them to show you how to build it for yourself. And that's what I am. I'm a teacher, and an educator, an empowerer, or a transformational coach. I teach a man how to fish, right? Of course, I can go out and start businesses and give it to people. I've done that, right? You could do that, but it's so much more powerful when you teach a man to fish, because they never have to worry about where they're going to eat or how to feed themselves again, because they understand the knowledge and the steps and the know-how to do it. So anyway, join me in the challenge. I would love to have you and to work with you and to help you get yourself pre-qualified for government contracts. So go to govconchallenge.com to register, and I'll see you in May when we go through this powerful transformation. You're going to roll up your sleeves. I'm going to roll mine up, and we're just going to get it done, right? So, and I'm going to give you some baselines to being more effective in your business, but also to head on your way, to be on your way, basically give you the tools to be on your way to land some of those contracts that I was mentioning, especially. And it doesn't matter if you're a notary, if you sell janitorial services, if you sell hair, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you sell, the service that you provide, this could be applicable for any of your businesses. And it is, because the government buys everything. They buy toothpaste. So literally, you could go tell your son, get in the business of just selling toothpaste. You don't have to manufacture it. All you have to do is sell it, and you can make millions of dollars selling toothpaste to the government. And that's the honest to God truth. I know people who sell toothbrushes. Okay, so if you can make billions of dollars selling toothbrushes to the government, that's crazy, right? So there's no excuse for any of us to struggle anymore, to be broke anymore, or whatever, to be affected by pandemics and have all these things going on. No, there's a fail-proof way to do your business, and that is what I'm here to show you exactly how to build a business the right way. All right, so govconchallenge.com. I look forward to seeing you all there. And until next time, I'll check you next time. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend, you guys. Bye-bye.